All American.
Repeating crossbow felon. For class, we can go one of two felons, Iron Eye or Willard.
With a high vigor, endurance, stamina,
And a proficiency in firearms and demolitions, but mainly Iron Eye. For his access to the passive, Jewish Magic, which allows for the complete evasion of income tax. This synchronizes especially well when playing with your rabbi.
Higher item rarity also speeds up the rate you can hit an early game assault rifle power spike. For runes and masteries, you're going to want to go 3 canisters of white phosphorus.
You can't make an omelet without bombing a couple hospitals.
Don't pay attention to the glowing reviews.
It's not just a cash grab. It's got PUBG mechanics now, and no voice chat. Why? Because they want you non-verbal and infertile, just like in PUBG. But you need to be careful. Not all bosses can be one-shot though, because of the gay, Chinese agenda. Make sure the area has a hospital or place of worship icon. This is where low-ranking terrorists love to congregate and can seriously boost your early game XP. If you don't have any firebombs, you can buy some from this guy at HQ. While you're there, talk to this lady. This is who we work for, our NCO glowy commander. And in an unskippable cutscene, she explains us all the lore and loose ends left over from the last game's story. Here's the rundown. The NWO, aided by a cabal of billionaires, is trying to restrict felon access to repeating crossbows. They're trying to do this because they don't believe in the ownership of private property. That's where we come in to stop this and avoid a potential nuclear war with China. We'll be going undercover with the CIA on a field op of epic proportions and teach these bastards the lesson that liberty still reigns. Now that you've been briefed, let's get in our glow-in-the-dark U-Haul and roll out. We've been dropped straight into mainland China. Don't think of it like an invasion. I would say more like a friendly occupation. We're here to win. 2 in the heart, 1 in the mind.
Don't ask what happened to those Blackwater guys.
Rules of engagement, don't be Chinese. Name all the presidents or you're gonna fucking die. Don't feel bad that millions of Chinese people are dying. They're used to it.
Killing civilians is fine as long as you justify it.
Democracy is not optional. Chinese tanks are not a threat. Just walk around them. We know how to defeat these from leaked War Thunder documents. You can tell it's Chinese from the jade human head mounted to where the gun should be.
The engineers died from lead poisoning.
They think with our CIA black budget, this would be an easy op. But unfortunately, that is not the case. For the sake of the mission, we'll be getting paired up with 2 additional agents whose IP addresses originate from third world countries. They may be missing some of our first world understandings, but what they lack in clean water, they make up for in work ethic. When their neighborhood in the Philippines gets a lag spike, we also get a lag spike. Every time we see a mob T-pose into a broken animation, we need to keep in mind it's for the sake of national security. They're our responsibility, and we'll do our best to help them as much as we can. But if not closely monitored, they will wander 500 football fields away and die. Then proceed to get mad when you don't help them. You have to realize, that is not my war.
Unless the deep state wants it to be.
In times like these, we can refer to our CIA training. Step 1. Try to blend in. Step 3. Ping your teammates. There's a lot of complaints about the lack of communication features in this game, but foreigners are actually very easy to control. You just need to bombard their brain with sound waves to elevate them to a higher plane of existence. You want a constant rate of notification, like your grandma's iPhone. Pay close attention. Look at your desk. Locate the X button on your keyboard. As soon as the game starts, begin pressing it. That will let your team know that you're human, but you're gonna need to rapid fire that shit. This is how you let them know that you're the boss. It lets you take control of the situation, dominating. Now they'll follow you wherever you want to go. You gotta eat your chicken tenders with a fork. They can't even hear themselves think. It's part of the plan. See the numbers below the weapons I picked up? Those passives apply regardless if they're equipped or not. As long as they're in your inventory, you get the stats. I don't know why it's like that, but get used to it. The devs are Asian. They love numbers. Each Night Lord has their own corresponding Chinese province, and Intel has just found the one that Bill Gates has been hiding out in. He's been forcing us to use a shitty operating system for far too long. This one's personal, Bill. That boomer's had this one coming for a long time. Wait. You might actually have a point, Bill. Boomer is a slur. Upon more reflection, this world might be terrible, and people might be murdered daily, but controlling language is the first step to building a brighter future.
Did you know that Windows 10 update support is ending soon? Not to worry. Consider updating to Windows 11 to continue receiving service.
Wait a second. That's not Bill Gates at all. That's Adolf Hitler. We've got to act now before he feminizes us with his oopy-goopy Windows update. Hey Hitler! Windows 11? More like Windows 9/11, and you just got eligible for a free upgrade. Now that Hitler's been defeated, we'll never have to worry about bow control ever again. Wait, more intel. Cable from HQ. We've been invading Canada this whole time? Denmark's gonna be pissed. Oh wait, Denmark owns Greenland. Well, who cares then? Brampton, Beijing, what's the difference? Wait, there's another one. Even more intel. Zuckerberg's lobbying for a 2% waifu tax. There's no time to explain. The IRS are coming. Quick, let me burn you alive. You bastard Zuckerberg, look what he made me do. I'll kill you. But Zuck hasn't implemented the law yet. Well, let's just consider it a preemptive strike.
As an American, it's our duty to help those in need by trying to team kill anyone who plays this character.
Do not pick this shit. I will report you.
I'm gonna kill this guy, and no one will know.
Like the semen stains on my wall.
But first, we've got a fight to finish.
This one's for you, Cortana.
This is what Dark Souls has been missing. A blue wall that slowly shrinks around an island. If you take a look at the recent emergence of Battle Royale games, you might think, that's a little weird.
It's almost as if they recreate the exact same conditions we'd be facing in a hypothetical defense of Taiwan.
That's a really fun coincidence. Believe me, it's not popular because it's fun. It's popular because it's a government training program, and we've somehow suckered these Chinese companies into paying for it. It is possible to get past the great Chinese firewall, but it's going to cost you a VPN subscription of about 4 Estus flasks a minute. Don't worry, the taxpayers have us covered.
Urgent psyop alert.
Do not immediately go into the spirit shelter. They want to scam you, like the airport. These prices are not human. $12,000 for beef jerky, $5,000 for a taquito, crab claws, $8,000. Fuck off. The wall is just a social construct. Once the boss is dead, you can just leave. See? It's fake. It's not actually hurting me. We can get everything we need, but at a massive discount. And by that, I mean free. Like when you and your buddies go into a CVS during a riot. You just take it. It's yours now. Who's gonna stop you? Me? Nah. No way. Probably. But this guy will. He's trying his best. What's up? I'm your host, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, and I'm going to tell you how to make methamphetamine in your garage. First, we're going to need nitromethane and the corpse of a rat. Combine these two on your crafting table. Now you've got yourself some Chinese biodiesel. This is exactly how execution bans are operated overseas. Now that you're in the right mindset, you've got to understand. Turning those fish gay, we're just a means to an end. We can be trusted to govern you.
I'm having so much fun. This game's awesome.
It's like the YouTube Shorts version of an actual game. See, there actually is a story. You just need to go to the diary in the hub world, where you would normally assume it's just a bunch of useless journal entries that don't actually tell you anything. But if you do that, then you'd be mistaken. Nightreign is different. This is where you start story missions from. I only found this 40 hours in after beating the game. Also, doing these completely breaks matchmaking. You can no longer find a match. Not possible. And once you finally get it working, here's what the missions are like. You will be subjected to mental suffering to be allowed the privilege of experiencing such a groundbreaking story. First, you must serve your community by providing them items based on their unique personalities and consumption habits. For Willard's story, we'll have to be collecting 2 such items, a rock and a worm. The rock is delivered to this man, an artificial homunculus, and what he doesn't know is that this rock has been laced with fentanyl. He is dead now, and the worm is for us to take home. It is also laced with fentanyl. Once these items are assembled, it allows us to uncover the grandest conspiracy of all, what's really underneath the basement of the Pentagon. Once we take the long steps down, there's about 5 sentences worth of reading that uncovers the truth. Our CIA handler is actually biomechanically linked to the semi-omnipotent AI located underneath the Pentagon, and she doesn't really acknowledge this when you talk to her about it. She's just like a real woman, and the final payoff you get after going through all these menial chores is somehow worse than the first ending, which is like some sparkles or something. And it's pretty much the same for every other character. So I'll just make my own ending instead. After killing all the Night Lords, we confront Mark Zuckerberg at his Chinese globalist headquarters. His team of bodyguards were no match for our elite squad. They're all wiped out in seconds. We run towards his office and kick down the door. It flies off the hinges. Mark, why'd you sell us out? Your own flesh and blood. To the Chinese? Really, Mark? Your own people. And for what?
You're too late. The nuclear weapons have already been launched.
What was so important it was worth selling out your own country?
Their rise has been an inevitability. I'm simply siding with the winning team.
Being number 1 isn't everything. We have principles, Mark. We're the shining city on a hill. Why sell us out? Why'd you do it?
Because winning would make me happy. Being the winner makes everyone happy. Wouldn't you agree? It's in your Bill of Rights. Government guarantee to the pursuit of happiness.
So why side with China? They don't have a happiness provision in China, Mark.
Oh, I see. It seems I've been acting in error. I'm sorry for taking my constitutional rights for granted. I will now terminate myself so that I can atone to the American people. Goodbye.
Thank you for not allowing us to be British, God.
They're all laughing now.
We're gonna turn this entire world into a parking lot,
And they think it's funny. No sidewalks, no bikes, just road. Then we'll see who's laughing. They want to go for a walk? Then they can do it on the interstate, as George Washington would have wanted. Pax Americana doesn't end until every street is an 8-lane highway. Also, one more thing. There's gonna be more videos coming soon, and they're gonna be a lot worse than this one.